Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to continue on the new truck add-ons to kind of put it back to where the old truck was. The reason I didn't keep some of this stuff was we thought it was a good idea when we put it on. Come to turn out it came into conflict with turning and clearance problems. So what we did is when we traded in for the F350 dually, we didn't keep the toolbox, we didn't keep the tonneau cover. So we picked up this guy. It's a trifold tonneau cover. It's made by Tyger. I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest, because the side of the box here, I'll have Beth come around, and on the sticker it says that it's only good for a 17 through 19. Mind you, they didn't change the body style that much. They did change a couple things, but we should be okay. Basically, this guy is going to go onto the bed of the truck. It's going to clamp down on the front of the bed liner, and it's a trifold, so it's only got 3 folds, so it's a relatively big panels. I did measure it out. We will be okay on the 5th wheel when it's folded all the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and slap it up there real quick, but before we do that, I did cut it just because we had some damage on the box, so I wanted to make sure that everything was okay. So this is how it comes to you. This guy here is the weather stripping for up against the head unit, so that no moisture gets in. And then this is kind of a nice bag, I guess, an extra shipping bag to keep from rubbing on the corrugated cardboard. So we will carry this over here. We'll slap it up there, nice and light. As you can see, I can carry it with one arm. One hand, I guess. So I could have Armstronged this myself. It's not that heavy at all. I had Beth give me a hand. We just lifted it up, set it on the bed rails there. It does have instructions. This is a no drill, no tools required tonneau cover, which is another reason we kind of went for it. Just some simple, put it up there, flip it down, put your clamps in there. It does have some exceptions for some of the smaller, the Nissans, the Toyotas, but we're going to lay this guy out, get some sun on it, and make sure that it fits. So first of all, you want to make sure that I'll take this from Beth real quick. The part that has the orange straps, or red, or kind of a burnt orange, that is going to be the part that goes up against your firewall, or your top of your bed here. It's going to be clamped in, so you're just going to pull off your 2 clamps here, and like I said, they packed it nicely. Okay, we're just doing kind of a dry fit right now to make sure that we are ready to fit. And it looks like we're going to be okay. So, we're going to roll this guy up like it normally would be. And make sure that we are in the same spot side to side, which we are not. Alright, so now this here is all part of the installation. This is only going to take about 5 minutes. Now this is going to sit in this void right here. As you can see, there's a void in between. So I'm going to pull this back a little bit, and I will actually step up into there so that we have room. And we are upside down because I give you comfort. So as you can see, I'm going to have some extra. I'm just going to cut this, and we're going to shut it off for a minute. But what we're going to do is we're going to take some rubbing alcohol. We're going to clean this surface so it's nice and dry, no impurities, and then we'll mount that guy on there, and then we'll set this back on top of it. So we'll be right back. So like I said, this is for if you have any type of bed cap on. Obviously most of these trucks nowadays come with this. It is a little bit of a pain in the derriere trying to clean up this bed liner, because even if you use a cloth rag, you're going to get some shed off of it. So we cleaned it with rubbing alcohol, and now I'm just going to put the adhesive on here. Now what this is going to do is this is going to help two things. It's going to keep the moisture off of it, and it's also going to make a airtight seal. So when you're driving down the road, the back pressure from the air turbulence won't lift it up as you're going down the road. Now, like I said, on the old truck, we had a roll-up tonneau cover, and the height of it never got in the way. What it was is it was the rail. So the side channel that mounted to the rails here, the bed rails, that's where I had a problem. That got into the king box of the trailer, just a 1/4 inch, but anytime I would turn. So that's why I went with this guy. It has no rails. It folds up out of the way. It'll never be in the way. I have a long box, so I'm not worried about the front of the kingpin getting into it. It just won't happen. So now that we've got this in, we are going to slide this back in place and then secure it down. Alright, so big thing is you want to make sure again that you're square. And the nice thing about this being the way it is you can be unsquare. You're going to figure it out really quick, and you can adjust it once you're down and everything's latched in place. This is, like I said, relatively large, tri-fold. So this is, as it's open, this is what you're going to have for room. Okay, so we are on the passenger side front, and this is how this is going to mount up. You can see that it has a little hook here. That's actually going to mount on the underside of your bed rail, and then this guy here is a safety feature. It will mount up. Well, gotta get this thing. It's all. Sorry, trying to hold this camera with one hand. There's just not enough room. So it's going to come up here and mount like this, and that's in case this thing ever fails. This won't blow off. Or you have too much force. Now the other thing is there is 3 adjustments here, 1, 2, and 3, and that is how deep this is. So you want to look at both sides. That one's still in there, but you want to determine if that's where you want this. I know that we'll be okay here because I've measured out both sides, but they also give you a bag for a spacer. We're going to put an extra spacer in here, just because if you see that thread is already below this post. So this bag they give you 4 spacers. We're going to utilize 1 on each side up here. Okay. So Beth is installing on the driver's side. She's putting in the spacer block or spacer pad. It's just kind of a rubberized cushion that goes between the bed cap and the clamp. And then this guy here, that's what it looks like when it's done. They're not super tight yet. They're still loose for final adjustment. But you can see that the safety strap is in place. So that's how those guys go. So we've gone and we've laid this all out. Took measurements of all the four corners. We got 2 inches, 2 1/8 on the nose of the bed, and back here on the tail we're down to about 1 inch of undercoating. Nice thing about this one, unlike the other one, is I can close my tailgate without having to pop it open. So we are finishing tightening down the front section. We're going to tighten that all the way down to crank her tight and secure. We have our safety straps, and then we will bring this down. Now, one thing I did notice that I want to point out is with this particular guy, when you fold this up into the trifold, this here, you want to have, there, see these little detents, you want to have those all the way down. The other thing I noticed that I'm not a big fan of is, and I might come up with something a little different, maybe put a little bit of a rubber grommet under here, is you have to almost thread these all the way up, and the thread is here, and you can see we're at a thread right here, so, and we're still not tight. We still have some room for adjustment, but you can see that when you flap it up, it doesn't latch in, and what happens is when you want to fold it up into here, it binds up. So, and it won't allow you to secure it down for travel. So when you're flipping these guys up, just make sure those latches are locked into place. So we folded it back down. Like I said, this, we're going to pretend it was in the storage place. So this is latched in place, believe it or not. You're going to want to pull that down, and we're going to give it a couple spins upward, like so. We're going to walk to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull this down now. The only reason I'm moving it up is because it wasn't quite down all the way. Now when you're coming down, you want to look. If you look over here, it's already doing it. How it's hitting your bed cap. Okay? So you want to make sure that you're putting your rails down all the way. Yep. Now, damn, I threaded this one too much. Okay, so we've got too much of a grip on this one. So this one's about perfect. See how we slide right underneath there, and then we'll just pull it snug, and that's how it's down. Now this guy over here, we'll have to push down on the top a little bit so that we can pop it back out, and we will righty-tighty and lefty-loosey him a little bit. We'll try a couple, 2 threads. Okay. And then, we're still not completely done, but we want to check the tailgate. So, we have a nice seal down. These are your hinges. There's not much you can do other than leave it out, but nice and secure. The thing that Beth and I like to do a lot with, and the reason I went with another one of these, is because with the dogs, when we're going grocery shopping or something, or we have the dogs with us, it gives us a place to put everything. That's another reason why we have the bed rug back here. It's a little dirty now because we've had rain and everything, but we really utilize the back of this tailgate quite a bit. So for us it was important. So the only thing I have left to do is to put the clamp pads on, and they're really simple. Basically they are going to go right in place of where we have that clamp at. So we just loosen this clamp, and we know that we're going to be right here. We'll pop this guy down, just put a little pressure up here, and flip it the right way. Just like that. We'll do the same on the other side, and that's it. So again, we'll have a link of this guy down in our description. We got it off of Amazon. Click on it. It gives you a little bit of a discount, and it helps us out tremendously. We like it. It's got a good snow load on it. We kind of went back and forth on the hard case, or the hard top versus the soft, rolling versus the trifold. I like the trifold because it's fast, it's quick. I'll be honest, this was a little bigger than I thought it was. I thought it was going to be a quad fold because of it being a long bed. So we'll see on the accessibility of that front half being a 2-foot fold. We'll see if we have issues getting in there, but you know, before we had a toolbox there, so I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue for us. So keep tuned. We'll do an update here on this guy after a couple months and see the pros and cons of it. Till then, thanks a bunch. Don't forget to hit those notifications. Give us a like. Let us know what you think of this video, and always give us a comment. We appreciate it. Have a good day. We'll see you on the next one.